Okay, let me tell you a little bit about yesterday. Yesterday, supposed to go to the racetrack and have a great time, see some guys going fast because the weather was supposed to be decent. Well, I get there, I hang out for an hour, I get hungry, I leave to go get some cash so I can have some of the food truck food because that's delicious. Go ahead, I'm still adjusting. Thanks. Come back, meet one of the coolest guys. He's another BMW GS rider. He pulls up in this huge, awesome 1200 GS. We're talking, it actually made me feel really good. He said that he went to Alaska on that bike with his wife, and I was asking him, what he would do differently if that was the bike to take. And he said, well, I had two people. If it wasn't for two people, he said, I would have taken your bike. And I was like, not the 800? And he said, nope, 650. So that made me feel really good. He was super cool. But then we found out that all the races were canceled and they were rescheduled. They're going to try to double them all up today. And today is just really pretty. It's a little chilly. I don't really want to go stand around at that racetrack again for a third day in a row. Even though I bought the ticket for it, I want to head down to the Gulf. There's a state park down there that I want to go look at. And I think it's also the most southern road in Louisiana. So, yeah. Nice. Mopar, no car. There's another one. That's my car. I've got serious work starting tomorrow. This will be a pretty good ride here. About 2.5 hours down there. The sun's actually out. It's cold. It's windy. But how can you complain about that? You know what I mean? This helmet is... I'm still liking it. It's only day number 2 riding with it. My ears are so sore from trying on helmets. Had to wear a do-rag today just to get the helmet on because it bends your ears and pulls on them until it's broken in. And while I was in that store, I probably put a helmet on my head on and off 50 times. I tried on probably 12 or 15 helmets. I was looking for something a little more friendly on the wallet than the GT Air. But once you put one on your head and you like it, then you go and you spend less money. What does this want me to do? It wants me to go over here. Cool. And then you ride around with that, and then you just wonder like, that other one was more comfortable, or I bet it was quieter or something. And your helmet, you wear it every day for... She told me you should replace it after like 5 years. I guess that's true. Similar to, I wear hard hats at work, and I think you replace those every 3 to 5 years, something like that. It has to do with the sun beating down, and the UV radiation weakens the plastic, and it causes it to become more brittle and doesn't do its job on the impact. Helmet technology is actually really cool. I was Googling and YouTubing and researching helmets, and what the standard is, to me, I'm more in like construction, so I think of it as like your DOT standard is like building your house to code. And it's like, okay, yes, we meet the standards. But just because you have a house and it's advertised like, oh, it meets all the codes, all that means is it is legal to live in. So like, you have a DOT approved helmet, all that means is you can legally wear it. That doesn't mean that it is necessarily better or has the newer technology that some of the more expensive ones have, and also the creature comforts that come with a slightly more expensive, more quality helmet. From what little I know about Shoei from my research, is they hand inspect each one of them. They put all of the decals on by hand. There's a lot of people working on them, which is pretty cool. Can be a good thing or a bad thing, but the sales lady, she said, oh yeah, they're all handcrafted. I mean, not exactly, but they are. But basically, the outer shell of the helmet is kind of like the first part of the impact, and where all the technology is is right in between the outer shell and what touches your head, and it's kind of like a honeycomb kind of deal. It's not just straight up styrofoam, but seas are rough today. But what it does is on impact, it compresses all of that and absorbs that impact instead of going straight to your skull. And this is what was even more interesting. Look at all those birds. Interesting to me is if you drop your helmet from height, you know, by your waist, maybe once or twice is no big deal. But if you were to like drop it off the back of a pickup truck, or for whatever reason from a substantial height, you are damaging the protection, the potential protection of your helmet, and you need to replace it. So one of my motivations on getting the new helmet, of course, was I wanted a nicer one that was more quiet, one that looked cooler. The one that Andy gave me it was a good helmet, and he was great for giving it to me. I'm going to send it back to him. But it was really loud, and it was kind of big, and you know, I just want to look cool on my motorcycle. So also, it has a lot of marks on it to where it looks like it's been dropped and rolled around, and just not knowing the history of the helmet, that was another motivation to go and get one. I mean, it wasn't like there were 2 impact points. It's like peppered all over it. And this helmet has a drop-down visor. That's pretty cool. Supposedly, the technology is impossible to fog up because it makes like a dual pane glass with the pen lock technology, I think is what it's called. So, first 2 days, I like the helmet. Boink. Look at that big tree in New York, University of New Orleans. I've been on this road before. This was the first episode. I've been on this road on the first episode of Exploring New Orleans. I like that name, Exploring New Orleans. Blowing leaves. Fresh cut grass, that smells good. I bet more than anything that those guys have the wettest feet mowing the grass these days. If you're looking at getting a new helmet, I highly recommend the drop-down visor. Cramming glasses in sucks. Looks like a nice little greenway on the river. Man, that guy's still out running. He was limping. It looked like he was in pain, but man, he's still running. That always makes me feel bad. I do not run anymore. If only riding a motorcycle was exercise, then I will have been doing very well on my exercise regime. I think this is that really confusing intersection. It may not be confusing, it just confused me last time. What the heck? Do not block the intersection. There's a line that looks like you're supposed to stop. I guess you just have to figure out. So, yes, alright, I go straight. Last time I didn't do that. I went down there. I think I came out up here. Well, that looks like a cool restaurant. For lease. That stinks. There's a lot of Mercedes on this side of town. What does that tell you? Turning here. And blinker is off. What a gorgeous day. Woo! Gorgeous! I had a dream last night about making or finding and carrying motivational business cards. They don't have a name, they don't have a number. All it is like a one-liner motivational thing. Phooey, went the wrong way again. $888.09 for regular gasoline? That's crazy. I wouldn't pay it. Come on, I just just don't want anybody to get behind me. I guess I can just take a left at Joe's Cafe. Wiggle through his parking lot. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to do. Stalled. How embarrassing. That wasn't even a hill. Maybe I may not have been in first there. Getting on the causeway. It's a little fast. Probably gonna be windy. I think I was coming over this yesterday on the way back in the rain. The wind, I was having to lean over to go straight, and I was very nervous because my tire is not great in the rear, which I guess actually leaning, I was using more of the tread than going straight. I was having to lean over and the wind would blow and blow and blow and then all of a sudden stop. So I would just be like, whoa. Probably made me look like a nervous Nancy riding my motorcycle in the rain, which I was. It's a lot of wood right on top of the truck. 2 miles, take a right onto 90 West. Highway 90, State Road Highway 90 is like the main artery coming through New Orleans, except for Interstate 10, but I don't really want to do a lot of interstates on the motorcycle. It's just not very fun. It's so windy and just not fun. That was a good stop drill. I think this was the windy bridge. What I've found about people, you know how we all forgot phone numbers once we started carrying cell phones? We are forgetting directions now because we all have such a good GPS on our phone. And we spend more time at a busy intersection looking down at the GPS than looking at what's around us as a landmark. And so people could have been to a certain place 10 times and still not remember how to get there because I think it's the GPS and our reliance on it. And when I say people, I mean me. I'm just not very good at, until I do it by myself and figure through it, or if somebody is like telling me directions, it is kind of difficult for me to remember how to get places I go over and over again. You know, eventually you remember it. That's just what I think. Whoa. Motorcycles! I'm gonna go right behind them. Falling in with the pack. See you guys. Shit, am I in the wrong lane again? See, I just don't understand sometimes. I guess I'm just stupid. I need to quit looking at the GPS and start looking at road signs. Mississippi River, how cool. See, now I lost my buddies. Come on, friends. These guys are just like zipping around everywhere. You know what? I think this is the way to the racetrack. I wonder if that's where they're going. I still got 2 hours. Jeez. 30 miles, take a ride onto 308. I want some gas and a snack. Boink. I didn't see those guys ride by yet. Okay. 1 gallon. $3. 4, 6, 7. Oy, there we go. No, I don't need a $3 receipt. What I do want, though, is a snack. Man, forgot to put my helmet all the way on. Better pull over and do that. See if we can do it with gloves. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And last little snap. Nope, little snap's hard to find. Mm-hmm. Now we are safe. Whee! Left. Bam! Bam! Come on. Come on. Yeah. Didn't have to put my feet down. I love that. Talking on a cell phone. Cell phone. That guy's just going fast. I have a feeling this will be a very boring part of the ride. Woo! Going this fast, it's really cold. I'm trying to keep my left hand warm. Those of you that ride, you know how I'm doing that. 21 miles. Hello, Sheriff. Meow. Sonic! Sonic burgers are good. Here's my new issue. I always have one. My new issue is every time I eat fast food, it really hurts my belly. Which is odd because I eat fast food a lot. But as soon as I got here, the first thing I did was eat Wendy's. It was bad news. And now, it's been that way. So my body's probably trying to talk to me. Here's my car coming up on the left. This is what I have back in North Carolina. Good looking car, good looking car. That's why I have it. Here comes this guy again. Ah, yeah. The smell of fresh asphalt is like not my favorite. Tailgate or sports bar? Man, well, not anymore. It's closed. It's a pretty house. Look at that. Come live the Bayou life at the visitor center. I'm gonna eat somewhere down here. I want some like straight up Bayou food. Gosh, look how high that water is. I mean, it's like the same level that I am. I'm like riding on the water. It's crazy. I'm from the mountains. If you see water that high, it's because you built an ark a week ago. Ah, getting sneaky. It's gonna be windy AF down in this area, I bet. Oy. Whoa, 67 miles. Jeez. This thing is out here. But I guess that's the point, to be all the way out here. You know what I need to start doing is, when I check the weather and the temperature, I need to look at wind chill. These houses are so low, right in what I would consider a flood area. I would imagine they would put the houses up on stilts. Mr. Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, please shine down on me. Look at those trees. Those are awesome. Just awesome. Awesome trees. This is a very nice paved road, though. Man, it is getting windier. You know, when I think about Louisiana, I don't think about this. This, to me, looks just like eastern North Carolina, or the flats of Georgia, or anywhere. I don't think of this when I think of Louisiana. Nice. I think of that. I mean, yeah. high water, basically. I guess all I think about is high water. That's probably it. Do you need a sign? Everybody's got a garden. That's so cool. That's what I think of with Louisiana. Is like these really old houses. But I mean, all you see is Louisiana on the news, and until you get down here, you either see downtown New Orleans, or you see some floods. Like, that's all you see. You don't see people living every day, and new houses and historical houses and these beautiful subdivisions. And I mean, this is just gorgeous out here to me. I really like this out here. And these trees, these trees are just amazing. They're very nice trees. I have a hammock, and I feel like if you just had one of those in your yard, you wouldn't ever hang your in the same place twice. You just have so many options. They're very cool trees. Ah, look how cool that is. There's a sunken boat. It's a little interesting. See it? There's a lot of action down here. And these are the kinds of things I think once you get into an industry with shipping and receiving and really coordinating large things like that, you have a bigger appreciation for stuff like that back there. That they are moving some high dollar stuff around, and we don't really think about it. I mean, we just go to Walmart and buy it, but we don't really think about how it got here. Okay, so I've seen one gas station. I haven't seen a Walmart down here yet, and I've seen Walmarts everywhere here. But I haven't seen a grocery store down here yet. So do these people just drive 45 minutes to a grocery store? And if they don't work out here, where do they work? I mean, wouldn't that be crazy to have to drive all the way up to New Orleans every day to work at Walmart or Best Buy? I guess these farms, but I mean, the houses I've been driving by, those people don't work on a farm. Maybe they own a farm, but they don't work on it. Everything's cleared except for the couple of trees around the house, and man, it is gorgeous. It says I still have an hour. I might have to stop before then, because gee willikers, it's cold. Look at all these cows. Look at all these cows. Very nice fence for cows. That's a lot of cows. Look at that. Holy cow. What's pulling that? Give me a break in the trees. Break in the trees. You got a tugboat tugging that giant barge. Golly bum. Talk about a job. Man. There's the Dollar General. Seems like every town that I've been riding into, you're coming up on it because there's a Dollar General. Is that the casino? Oh my. I've only been to one casino. It was in Australia when I was hanging out with some hostel friends where I was staying in the hostel. And they were, ooh, look at this bridge. It's going to be so windy. They were going to meet a friend over there, and we were just supposed to watch a rugby game and move on, but it turned into discussing each other's countries and what was wrong with America and its bad influence on the rest of the world. And so I ended up leaving. just because, you know, you cannot argue with. So, if you've ever read the book How to Win Friends and Influence People, you really should, because one of the chapters in there is basically arguing with people creates tension, and you're not going to change anybody's mind, especially at a casino when alcohol is involved. You catch my drift? All that will do is create tension between you and that other person and produce negativity about you and whatever you believe in. So then the next time that person thinks about it, you're going to say, for example, this guy, I don't like America, is what he said, and especially because of people like him, proving his point as to he doesn't like America. And then he has an example to tell his next argument of, there was this guy and he was so rude. So I just kind of was like, you know, do whatever you gotta do. Think what you want to think, but I love my country. So you guys have a great night. And if you ever travel out of the country, don't forget that you are an ambassador of America, and the actions that you do and things that you say represent everyone. I try to conduct myself in such a way that people, when in the future, when there's always going to be a discussion of America, and that may sound really conceited to say, but there always will be, because we're all over the media. We don't hide any of our stupidity, so we just like throw it all out there for everybody to see. But I try to act in such a way that when the topic comes up, I can say, I don't know, I did meet a really cool American that one time. So not all Americans are fat and stupid and prejudiced and whatever else they say about us. But if you go to another country and you just act like the stereotypes, I mean, what do we expect? But anyway, that's enough about that. The first restaurant I see, I'm pulling over. Woo, doggy. That's what I think of. I bet that was a restaurant. Rifle and pistol range, that's cool. There's a car dealership out here. I don't know anything about this area, so I felt like there wouldn't be a lot out here. And there's not. Is it only casinos here? There's more cows. Whoa. Look at that big ugly one. Well, I see a McDonald's. I'm not pulling over at McDonald's. I think we discussed that enough earlier. I want like a Yo Mama's jambalaya place. There's a Walmart. I didn't even see a sign for it. And you know what? I'm gonna turn around. Blinker was on. Butthole. I was flashing my brake. Had to get off the road. I saw her coming up behind me. Big boat hole. Quiznos. Okay. There's nothing. It's a Wow Cafe. I don't know about that. I need to stop at Radio Shack on the way back because I need to shave, and I lost the charger to my trimmer in Australia, so I bought a new charger, and it has an Australian plug, so now I need an adapter. It doesn't look open. They use the word resort a little loosely down here. Welcome to Golden Meadow. Aw, man. Meemaw's kitchen. That smelled good. Gonna turn right around. What did I tell you? Yo Mama's jambalaya. That's what I wanted. That's what I get. Okay. Well, Meemaw, I gotta tell you, that fried chicken was really good. The definition of southern fried. Sun visor, so clutch. Whoa! Windy. Highway 1 is what takes us all the way to the end. I guess it's is it an island or an isle? I guess it's an isle. Look at all these fishing boats. Ah, this is cool. Look at that boat. That is so cool. A little bit of fishing. Buy you some seafood. That's what that sign said. That's clever. There's another one raised up real high. That's what I would imagine if I were to build a house. I would be thinking like way up in the air. 5 miles to one south. I guess maybe this turned into one south. It says stay on one south. Just taking my time, one, because I want to see everything, and two, that wind is cold, man. How are you? Pretty good. It's a little chilly. Sorry, I wasn't prepared. How much money do you want? $3. What's that? No, thank you. I'm assuming on the way back I have to pay on the other side? Oh, that's awesome. You guys aren't as bad as I thought you were. Well, you have a lovely day. Thank you. She was nice. Let's see what this $3 gets me. I guess it gets me across the bridge. Man, this is kind of cool already. Wouldn't it be great to have a kayak and, you know, if the wind wasn't blowing as much as today, but go around and through there, just kayaking. Man, what a hard turn. Can't be speeding here. So something I've been wondering with this place flooding so often, I would be interested to know how much garbage and like trash and like all these, whatever they are out here, how many times they've put those up again and just not salvaged some of the stuff that's down there and they just left it, because I'm sure in some ways or some places it's cheaper just to put a new one in than send a diving team in to go and recover everything. So you got to get a boat with a crane and a hoist and lift and all of that stuff. The guy behind me is probably going crazy. Why is he going so slow? Because the speed limit's 45, that's why. And I go the speed limit. Some people walking out on that stretch. This is pretty neat. Look, I mean, the vast expanse of flat and everything here is on a bridge. Everything is raised up. It's all man-made. This is cool. Old Louisiana 1. I'm staying on New Louisiana 1. So there's some garbage. An old boat. Completely deteriorated. So out here it's a giant bridge and power lines. Servicing these lines, I mean, you'd have a lineman on a boat? Couldn't be on a boat. Have to somehow anchor him to the pole to where he could climb up. I just really thought that everything would be built really far up. But maybe I'm just so caught up in the stereotype of flooding all the time in Louisiana. That's why I think that. It's even windier here. Look at that little bird skimming across the water. This one lonely house. Talk about zombie house. You're just surrounded by water. I've heard zombies can't swim, so boom. I mean, we're literally maybe 3 foot above sea level, maybe. From my perspective, it looks more like 1 or 2, but you know, perspectives. I did not wear enough clothes for this little adventure. How great would heated grips be right now? Floating Islands Project, sponsored by Shell. Interesting. So boy, he's fishing with him a beer can. Woo, doggy! Cold. There's a adventure explorer, a gentleman by the name of Ranulph Fiennes. I think he is British. He has an awesome quote that I love. He says, there's no such thing as bad weather, only improper outerwear. And And I really like that quote because it's just weather. I guess there's probably easy weather and hard weather, but I like his attitude of there's no such thing as bad weather. You just need to make sure you're outfitted appropriately to take on and overcome whatever difficulties you'll have out there. So it's part of that, like, be prepared kind of thing. Good luck comes from good planning. I also love that quote. I think that's one of the wisest quotes. I mean, you can plan all you want to, and of course you're going to have curveballs, but you can kind of predict those curveballs. See another cluster of buildings. Grand Isle. We're going to pull over and take a cheesy picture. Whoa. There we go. Cheesy picture done. Boink. So the face shield on this helmet does not fog up, but I've seen my sun visor want to fog up a little. Look at these awesome houses. You know what? We're gonna go down one of these and turn around because I want to get a closer look. Oh, this is a pretty good one. This one down here on the right. This is how I expected all of the construction down here. But I guess compared to where I was before, this is quite a bit lower. This house has seen better days. Better days. Keep out. Well, I'm not really trespassing. I'm just using your driveway to turn around. Look at how cool these are. BJ's Grill. Big Grill. Big Griff. Big Griff. That's what it says. Guess I'm still hungry. I thought it said grill. Don't drink and drive. I can agree with that. Bridgeside, Wakeside. Cable Park. That's cool. Out of season, but still cool. I've never... No, that's not true. I've seen one in person, never up close. That's a pretty cool lookout. Do you want to come over? What? How cool would that party be? Do you want to come over to my triple layered deck? We're having a big party. Hurricane Hole. How about some dark humor there? Now that's a tall one there. See that new one they're building? Man, can you imagine being the guy that has to take all the lumber up there? Oof. Or the kid that has to carry all the shingles? Ooh, look at that dome. Wonder if that's supposed to have a cover and be like a greenhouse. How there's people in short sleeves? They're crazy. Club Oasis. That looks classy. How are these people in shorts and short sleeves? I mean, I guess they're in their car, but I mean, it's not that warm. It's, 60 degrees with the wind blowing. I guess they're just tougher than I am. Admiral Crake Drive, C-R-A-I-K. Simply did not wear enough clothes. Rookie mistake, but I am a rookie, and I'm still having fun. I just can't feel the ends of my fingers. And got some water accumulation over here. That doesn't look like it's supposed to be there. So now I go straight. Watch out, birds! Looks like it's here. Hello. How's it going? I just film when I ride. No, just in front. Yeah. 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 This is my first time here. What's over here? Cool. Sounds awesome. Um, is there an admission fee? I'm assuming. How much? I think I can handle two. If I can squeeze my wallet out of here. Yeah, yeah. It's pretty nice. Ooh, I can do that. I won't be here that long. Well, maybe. You never know. Cool. You said a left at the stop sign? Cool. Awesome. Well, you guys have a lovely day. I'll try not to. Thank you. Back behind this flora, kind of not as windy. Oh, never mind. It's windy. What's this? How deep is this? Whee! This must be the pier. Oh, this is handicapped. That would probably be in poor taste. That's better. Women. Men. This is cool. This is kind of neat. Is that the pier that she was talking about? Must be. I thought she said 900 feet into the ocean. Well, let's ride up a little more. Observation tower. Yes, please. This thing is kind of wiggly. Well, looks like